Welcome back to another episode. We're going to get right into starting to put everything back into the car. Not because it's done, but because I don't want to break this. So we'll get the first radiator tank in, and then we're going to get to the water pump. So check this out. Getting stuff off the floor. Figure if it's in the car, it can't get broken. Still waiting on the timing chain situation. I don't know why I feel like that needs some sort of rubber grommet, but it's just it's chilling there, which I don't like. I feel like it needs something there to hold it, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research. That's what it feels like. That's where the that aluminum rubber hose I was talking about, upper and lower, that's where that goes. This is the overflow. This goes to the throttle body, and it runs right along here and gets clamped in right in here. Get the rest of this back off. I'd like to get some stuff done in this video. Some cleaning has got to be done in there, obviously very carefully, but you know, just inside there, just needs some degreaser and Q-tips on the outside. Inside, I got to figure out. You can't really see. Yeah, you can kind of see it that way. I can run my hand along there and write my name. So let's get this off, that off. We're going to start working to get this thing off. I'm actually going to leave these hoses on because those are the ones that keep spewing out water. And if I don't have to take them off, I'm not going to. Especially that thing, because that one does not want to come off. And I don't want to risk nicking one of these wires or messing something up. So I'm going to leave these hoses on and just let them do their thing. The other idea that I had, because that's the venting for the OptiSpark. Obviously, in is in, out is out. I need to mark one of those so that way I know which is which. And, you know, I'm not going out the in or in the out. But I'm bummed. So we're going to, I think I only have black tape. I have painter's tape. Painter's tape would stand out a lot more. I need to figure out what that disc is. It's a filter, obviously, of some sort. I actually need to know what it's called so I can buy one. Nothing is still gnarly. I have been noticing, so when I got this car, I was like, you know what, I'm going to get a K&N filter. You know, when you first get a car, those easy bolt-on, quote-unquote, upgrades, I'm going to get a K&N. I looked, there's a K&N. I'm going to get some different mufflers on it. Looked, that had already been done. So this car had been, you know, garage mechanic modified. And then I saw these online, and I was like, I'm going to get one of those. And I'm glad I didn't because, well, they beat me to it. It's got that. So, you know, it's kind of like those cars you see driving around where they bought every accessory from the O'Reillys that they possibly can, including the fake chrome fender stuff. Except this is all the quote-unquote performance upgrades that any idiot with 20 minutes and some tools can do. It's already been done, which is kind of neat. Probably saved me, I don't know, $400 and miscellaneous things. But when I started pulling this apart and noticed that. I was like, all right, they did that too. I'll have to buy one of those for $18 or whatever they are. You look down in there, you can see it is crusty. So the minute I get this water pump off, we're going to be doing some heavy engine detailing because I need to find out where the seepage is happening to make sure that the seepage doesn't continue. And then I really wish I was a toddler because I could sit right here and I could actually get to it from here. That's the tensioner. So we got to pull the tensioner so I can pull the get to this water pump a little easier because there's a bolt right behind here where my little light's shining. There's 3 of them. And I got to be able to get to that one. I can get to this one over here pretty easy, but over there I can't. But that was long before I moved the car in here. So I might try and actually do that. And then look, I'm going to need a tensioner. If you look down, you can see my harmonic balancer. It's got 125,000 miles worth of surface rust. So going to get that thing cleaned up, hopefully as well. I don't want to have to go through the process of buying a new one. Heck, at this point, I don't even want to have to pull it, but we're going to go down that road. And then you can see over here, valve cover. It looks like there's a little leaky. So how none of this has made it into the Opti at this point in the game, I have no freaking idea. The engine, it's got oil. Looks like oil leaks everywhere. But the Opti still fires up. No problems at all. So I'm going to label the venting for the Opti Spark. Get that done. Then we're going to start to mess around and see if we can't get this belt off, so that way I can work on getting that water pump out. I know back in here, that is just going to get back in here, way back in there. Right where those are. That's where the bolt is. That has been such a pain in the butt. Right down, it's about here in the engine, and about I don't know, it's dead center with the water pump, and right in front of it are the Opti Spark venting lines. Really the clean air one that's being a pain in the butt. Again, if I was just able to stand right here. I'm not a big guy. No, height-wise. I've never passed the Dunkin' Donuts I haven't stopped at, though. I have to figure out. Alright, now get. Damn it. Wait a minute. You wait a minute. Alright, so what I did is I disconnected the dirty, and left it on. So that way I know that's got to connect back over here. So future Brian, that blue disc connects to this gimmick. That goes over this away somewhere. The shorter one is what actually connects to the intake. Alright, so here's where we're at. I was able to get there's 6 bolts that hold the water pump on. I was able to get the 2 rear ones loose. They're just hand tightened back in there. So now I just need to get these front 4, and it should slide right off. Concerned about the space there, but the shaft shouldn't be that long, so I should be all right to to slide that bad boy off. Should be a 60. Alright, my camera keeps overheating, but you see there's a lot more water down here. I loosened the lower front bolt. It peed everywhere. Looks like it missed the Opti. It shot out, but heads up on that. So I'm gonna go see if the other side will do the same thing. Anything? Nope. Of course it's dry. You can see it got wet. Alright, so we got that part done. And we're gonna keep going and try to get a little closer to see if we can get this water pump out. That tensioner is on there. Freaking good. Now, Brian, is removing the belt. Because now Brian is sick of messing around with all that. There's my tensioner. Got that bad boy out. See, we're getting things done. Alright, so got the belt off. Let's see what condition this bad boy's in. But I'll tell you, I'm still not 100% convinced that I don't have to pull all this crap off. I can get this in there, right? That way, but it's going on crooked. And we know what's going to happen if it doesn't bite, all right? So, the other part of me said, all right, you know what? Go that way. Going on crooked. No, ain't going in that way. Barely fitting that way. Can't use a long socket or deep socket. Definitely need a shorty. All right, water pump is off. However, there is some milkshake bringing all the boys to the yard. Also, before this thing dies, I still haven't charged yet. That's my Opti. I cleaned some of it off. It's yellow on the back. I don't know if that means anything to anybody. I'm cleaning this up, but the Opti is yellow on the back. I haven't seen any identifying marks yet, not that I plan on it. But yeah, I still have some of that transmission fluid coming out of the engine. Opti spark, dirty as you could imagine it being. That's about all I got for that. And then, you know, when I pulled the, we'll call them the outer bolts, they had some oil on them. The inner had some coolant on them, which makes sense considering the location. I did have to disconnect that coil right over here in order to get it out, and it was a pain in the butt to get that out. I am not looking forward to getting it back in. And then of course I had to tap the water pump, little rubber mallet, lightly tap it in order to break the seals free and not bend anything. But that's where we're at. That's the latest. I think we're gonna call it on this video. I'm gonna do some research to see if I can figure out what kind of Opti spark that is. Still not seeing any identifying marks. Hard to tell the age because it's so damn dirty. Harness doesn't look new, so it's definitely got some age on it. But there we are. We made some progress. I got to get in here and clean this engine and figure out the next steps. I'm going to plug these holes up for tonight so none of those cool Florida lizards decide to build a home in my engine. Got the water pump out. Got the bolts over here. Here's the bolts. There's 4 longer, 2 shorter. You can see they've got some thread lock on them. I'm gonna have to clean these things up really good. I'm gonna soak them in something and just get them clean. We got the water pump out. It's down here. I believe I need this shaft. If so, I'm gonna buy a new one. The weep hole. It's right above that dirty brown spot. That's my weep hole. Something weeped out of it. It has been weeping of some sort. So it weeped. Again, I'm surprised. We didn't have any problems prior to this, given the age of the car. Alright, we're calling it. Follow along, it's about to get interesting and probably a little more expensive than I thought. Drop me some comments. I literally am doing this for the very freaking first time. It's got to be done. And if you're going to own a 30-year-old Corvette, you might as well know how to work on it, because it's going to be a lot of this stuff. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching, making it this far. I'm going to recover with a cold one.